Hiya, I'm Tava Tucker.
And I'm Raquel Marks, and together we connect through the stories we hear.
During our episodes, we hope to learn,
revolutionize,
inspire, transform, and bring relatable content to you.
We would like to also discuss and internalize how your story can be someone's savior. This is the official
Together We Connect
podcast.
Hello everyone, it's Raquel and
Tava Tucker.
we are back for another episode and we're super excited.
To have.
Who are we having today? It's Yael O'Reilly. We've wanted her on for so long. She's an amazing therapist and works with so many people, and we hope that you can shed some light to all of our listeners out there on some topics that we chose.
Yeah, we've been wanting to have you for, I think, 2 years.
Yeah, I think...
I was going to say, I said to Raquel when she asked me, she's nothing if not tenacious, because she's been asking, I think, for about 2 years, yeah.
2 years straight. I think as soon as we started this, I was like, yeah, and you were like, I'm very busy. And I'm like, I'll just keep asking them.
Well, there we go, tenacity pays off.
Exactly. So, thank God.
So very grateful for your time, and then also Yael does lots of things. She's a therapist and helps lots of people, and also helps the community. So today we just want to hear a bit of a background of what you do, why you do, and how you do it. But our main focus is Raquel.
What?
Our main focus.
I'm focusing.
You focus?
I'm focused.
Yeah. Our main focus is on depression.
I think our big topics that we really want to discuss here is very much depression and anxiety, because it's a very common worldwide spread problem that we're all kind of struggling with. Or it's just very common in humans these days. So
without further ado, tell us a bit about you.
Yes, sure.
In more detail.
Yes.
You're not just any psychologist.
you're like Joe Berg's you're like Joe Berg's Jewish mommy's therapist, right?
Well, to an extent, maybe. Yes. So I suppose before I'm a therapist, I'm a mommy.
Ooh.
3 beautiful kids. I've got a 9-year-old son, and my twins are 6.
Oh, wow.
So cute.
And I have got a practice that I'm beyond passionate about. It's actually very much in the family, therapy. So my dad is a psychologist.
Oh, really?
Trevor Friedman.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
okay.
he's a psychologist. And my dad's dad was a psychologist.
Oh my gosh, wow.
My grandfather was a psychiatrist, so like mental health and
Has always been a
emotional
thing.
health has always been a thing, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Sure.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Hereditary.
It is. It is a bit
It's
hereditary.
like my dad was a king, so now I'm a queen, you know?
I'm waiting to see which of my kids are going to have the therapy gene.
The therapy gene. Oh, that's so cute.
So it's very much in the family. It's always been something that I wanted to do. I've known since I was like a teenager that this was just something that resonated with me.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay, sure.
But
Is it that you love people? Is it that you're just fascinated by people?
actually, people don't believe me when I say I'm an introvert. I'm like quite a classic introvert. I was super, super shy as a kid and a teenager. I was like the typical wallflower. And very introverted. So it's not so much that I love people. I think it's just that I loved emotions. I loved understanding. I loved stories. I loved helping, which sounds so cliche, but genuinely, I loved helping.
What was it about helping that gave you like the oomph?
The oomph.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was just making a difference. Just knowing that I've made a difference in some sort of way was always so meaningful for me and so impactful.
So when you were younger, like, were you like the person in the class that people went up to, or were you like very emotionally in touch with your classmates? And...
Funnily enough, no.
No.
I was a typical wallflower. I really was. I was really, really a wallflower.
Like a sunflower, like just...
I was just kind of...
Hanging out on the side.
Yeah, like I was very much in the shadows.
Oh, I think...
Wow, okay.
I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of people who sit on the side, they just see so much. You know, and they're open to like literally everything. So... I mean, I don't know if anyone's watched Bridgerton, but the whole idea behind it is that the wallflower sees everything.
Exactly.
So
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Being the wallflower allows you to observe.
So were you observing like so many people's interactions with each other?
I think I was. I think also growing up in the home of a therapist,
You were just so aware.
that was so much what we grew up with. My dad was always, he would always comment like, "Did you see that?" or "Did you notice that?" It was just like
Oh, I
so
love
ingrained
that.
in us.
I'm sure he was so attentive
Yeah.
and so emotionally smart.
Very much so.
It's so useful
Yeah,
in
very
parenting.
much so.
Sure, it's interesting, like the awareness and that's how you grew up.
Yeah,
like,
just was kind of in my bones.
Was there any other path you wanted to take? If you weren't a psychologist, just out of
Oh, I know
interest,
this answer.
throwing out
Do you?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
Interior designer.
Oh, that's so funny. It was interior designer.
Okay.
At one point, it was hairdresser.
Really?
I've actually got a very creative flair to me.
I believe
whether it's-
you.
Yeah, whether it comes out as like
But you do your own shadels.
I do
So
my own
I mean,
shadels.
it's amazing.
So I thought maybe that. Also, I was a very average student academically.
What?
Very, very, very average.
Really?
Yeah, very average student. So and I don't know how much you know about getting into psychology, but it's really
so
tough.
hard.
It's super
Yeah.
competitive.
Oh.
But
Okay.
you're literally like a one in,
A bit of an enigma.
like really, because people like haven't been able to get in for so many years.
It is very difficult. So I never, in all honesty, I never thought I'd actually get in.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I
So
don't
it's
think
meant
any
to
of
be,
us, like
eh?
my whole.
It was meant to be that.
It was. Whenever people say to me, how did you do it? My answer off the cuff is Hashem had a plan for me.
Yes.
I genuinely believe that. Especially like the whole story of how I got in is just wild.
Okay.
It's a mad story. I don't know if we have time for it. You can tell me.
Okay.
But it was like honestly meant to be.
Wow.
So I started off doing social work because I was so sure that I wouldn't be able to get in, and I did a year
That's
of
everyone's
social work.
backup plan. It's very hard.
Yeah, and I realised like no, this is not what I want to be doing.
Fine.
So
And depression, anxiety is what would you say is your special areas or speciality? Is it mental health or?
So I have a few.
I didn't know you had like specialities in psychology.
Yes. So
That's so cool.
So you have in this country. So overseas you can have an actual specialty.
Okay.
In this country you have a special interest. Unfortunately, we can't like specialize further.
Fine.
So in terms of special interests, I've got a couple. So one is female mental health and wellness in general. So like pre and postnatal anxiety and depression. I'm a big
Fan.
a big fan of. Yes, I'm a big advocate for.
Right.
That's a big one. I really love relationships. I do a lot of couples therapy.
Really?
Love it. I think
You do?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
of everything, that's my favourite.
I thought
Really?
you do singles. I mean, like as in one-on-one.
I do singles in both ways, one-on-one and single
I
singles.
didn't know.
No.
So you're a marriage counsellor? No, sorry, therapist. That's not the right term is.
Yeah, well,
Uh-huh.
I do marriage therapy, yeah.
Really?
And
So that
then-
makes sense with all your shall have it talks.
Exactly. So
Well,
like dating, I love just guiding singles through dating, and then marriage work. Sexual health is a big one for me also,
Right.
particularly female sexual health.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything kind of in between. But
Yeah,
those are
okay.
like the
Those
areas
are your
that
big
really
ones.
make me zing, yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned Shall Have It. I would love for our listeners to know what it is, so that gives you a little bit more exposure. So, Shall Have It, you started with your good friend.
Yes.
So how did you... Yes. Chevy Gravitsky.
Chevy Gravitsky, yeah. So, I think this is our 4th year doing it.
That's amazing.
It was...
Oh wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. How did it start? I started noticing that there was a massive gap between the people who were kind of ending up on my couch and sort of the everyday people. That it was kind of a lot of girls in particular were coming through for like 1 session or 2 sessions, and it was such an easy, in inverted commas, fix.
Yes.
And I realised that they don't actually need therapy, they just need knowledge and information and
Awareness.
tools and awareness.
Tools.
Yeah. And I started feeling like we're just doing the community such a disservice
Yes.
by not providing this basic information. And I say basic not in a, like basic as in everybody should have access to it. You shouldn't need to end up on a therapist's couch in order to have access to it.
Yes, sure.
So that was kind of where the seed started.
Beautiful.
And we decided, I brought Chevy on board, and we started Shalhevet, which initially was aimed at singles post-school and newlyweds kind of up to 2 years married, and we do once a month educational talks on mental health.
That's amazing,
Just all of that. Yeah, and it's just kind of grown from there.
No, it's great because it's the tools and awareness. It's not actually like, people don't realise the power, and I think what Shalhevet has created, it's probably nice to hear it from the other side of you, is the fact that other people are going through it too, and the power to say me too, even if they're experiencing it in such a different way. The fact that like actually the feelings are similar.
100%.
Which is amazing.
100%.
So I'm sure it's helped so many women. I personally go because I love the thrill and the social life.
It's funny you say that, because I was going to say that it's created a sense of community for a lot of girls who don't have community. And I don't mean a community, I'm saying a shared experience of, we can talk about Shalhevet, or see you once a month at the Shalhevet talk, or when we're sitting at the Kiddush and we have nothing to talk about, we can be like, you went to that talk, how was it?
So nice.
It creates a sense of community.
No, I mean, I haven't gone because of my baby now, like past 6 o'clock and the brain switched off, but no, they're really, really great.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that like stands out to me is that when you say basic information, it really is, like it's stuff that you shouldn't need to pay for, or shouldn't need to like search for so widely. It should have been like taught in schools and other things like that. So that really stood out to me, because I feel like in our community there is like a limit. Like we do feel like there's a certain limit to education, and this is just it's changed so many people's lives. So shkoyach, and well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's taken off, the rockets.
And like it's such a crazy thing to think, like that you say you're an introvert, because you are literally, you're on this couch probably from like until your kids come home. You're just there, and you're meeting like new people, the same people you've been seeing for ages, and like the spouses of other people. Like it's crazy. So
just a question, how do you do it, like in terms of like emotional energy space, or like do you have this like magical, like, hey, this is the therapy room, and then you breathe and then it just all goes away, and then you come downstairs and you're there with your kids? Or how does it actually work there?
Look, I've been in private practice for 10 years now already, so it's like I'm not...
Your experience?
I've got experience in that regard. I think initially it was very difficult to create that separation. And the truth is, on some days now, or at some periods of time, like when Racheli messaged me not even a month ago, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago, and I said to her, I'm so keen to do the talk, but you just got to touch base with me after holiday, because I could feel I was just depleted. So and some days I feel it more than others, but I think with time I've learned how to care deeply, because I really do. Any therapist who tells you they don't,
then it's
you don't think they should be in therapy.
Either that, or they're lying to you.
Okay, fine.
I really genuinely care deeply about the people that I see, but also I'm able to create some sort of healthy boundary that allows me to then take off my therapist hat and put on my mom hat,
Because there's a lot to hold. I was wondering, because everyone has that emotional, what they call emotional fluffiness.
Yes.
So where do you place that fluffiness? Where does that energy go to like your child that needs you?
Yes.
Know, like, and then you got to be there for them.
Yes.
That's cool. So
I think like it's just made it so like realistic to me, because you're very practical about it. And that's a big thing to any woman who are listening right now and like are struggling between having a profession, having a career, and also being a mom and a wife and a sister and a daughter and all those things. So
okay, cool. So now we've gotten to know a bit about you.
Got the foundation.
Your mom, psychologist. Did you do anything else?
I'm sure she
What
does.
else do you want me to do?
Do you bake, you driving, what you... No. So you mentioned you're passionate about certain areas, sexuality, relationships. Would you be keen to share a bit, maybe background, why does that touch you more than
others?
like, I don't know, bipolar, or if you want to be with kids, or like,
Yes.
I'm sure you do a range, but why particularly those areas?
Okay.
It also happens to be the perfect thing for our audience. Like everything that you're
really?
interested in. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, well, that's good.
Predominantly it's women, and
Yes.
yeah, it's amazing.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, we've had, sorry, just before you start, so yeah, we've had people talk about their relationships, so not sexuality, but mental health, a lot of mental health, depression, and it's mind-blowing what women have said on this talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really, wow.
So it's interesting to
We
hear
sometimes
then.
walk out and we're all just like, hold on to our seats.
My husband's like, what just happened to you?
Like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to... And then me and Tove have to like say, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Need a
Are
bit
you
of
okay?
debrief afterwards.
Are you okay?
Weren't expecting that one. Yeah. So it's very interesting to hear from a therapist's point of view.
Yes. So why those specific areas? I think all of them have like their own origin story. The one I'm very open about in particular is pre and postnatal depression and anxiety, because I had terrible postnatal anxiety with my son. I'm sure haven't I mentioned it? I'm like quite open about it.
Oh, really?
I'm quite open about it. So that's one that I'm like personally it really it
Really resonates.
It resonates and it like holds a special place for me.
Wow.
From a personal point of view, I experienced it, and I think there's still as far as we've come, there is still so much stigma, but more than stigma, there's so many assumptions that people make about postnatal. The truth is any kind of mental health, but definitely postnatal anxiety and depression. And I think a lot of people would look at me and say like, no, but you've cruised through and you're fine. And, you know, I went back to work a few weeks after I had my kids, like you're amazing. And little did they know, you know, so I'm like so passionate about breaking the stigma and saying actually everybody struggles and you have no clue what goes on, and don't look, proof of don't look and think that everything's perfect and great because you have no idea, you know.
Call it the social media front, you know, the smoke screen, like
100%.
And then actually you've no idea, like...
Yeah, it's also coming from a place of privacy. Like, going through it and experiencing that, you don't want to show it. Like, why would I want to tell you right now? I'll tell you after. Right. After I've survived it, you know?
Yes.
You know?
Cool. So what, with the kind of the experience that you went through, what is it that you could share with women that could help them?
Particularly with the postpartum stage.
So you had it postpartum, not prenatal.
So with my son, I had it postpartum.
Okay.
Literally straight away. Unfortunately had to have like a real emergency Caesar.
Okay.
And that I'll never forget that night in the hospital. My husband was sleeping in the bed, you know, for husbands. And I remember looking over and my son, his name is Yoni, my son, he like started niggling, and I will never forget this feeling of absolute panic. Like he was born at like 8 in the morning, so we're talking he's maybe 12 hours old.
Oh my gosh.
And this absolute like gut-wrenching panic and terror, and oh my god, I can't do this, and what have I done? And so it literally started straight away.
Was he full time?
Yeah, he was full term. 40 weeks to the day.
Wow.
He was very ate up.
Mommy, I'm coming on my due date.
This is my due date, I'm coming.
I can understand that.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
So that started the roller coaster. And then with my girls, I actually realised I was pregnant because my anxiety shot through the roof.
Okay.
Shot through the roof. Mm-hmm. So I had like the postnatal with my son and the prenatal with my twins. Yeah.
It might have actually just been like the continuation of what you had experienced in the past. Like
it could have. I think there was an element of that. I think there was a big hormonal element too. Like I remember when I sat down with my gynae and I told her, like at that 9-week appointment, and I told her how I was feeling. She said to me, she didn't say anything to me, but she wondered if it was twins, which it turned out to be.
Wow.
And she wondered if it was girls, because she said often you struggle more with
so much hormones.
with the estrogen and all of that.
Sure.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
That's crazy. I
So
mean,
there was a big hormonal element.
and then your body was working double time for 2 fetuses versus one. Are
For
they identical?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's like spot the difference. You can't.
It really is spot the difference.
I'm sure it might be so obvious to you though.
It's so obvious.
Like, of course this is,
It's so obvious to us, but I can see how other people struggle with it.
yeah.
Like that.
Funny question with postpartum and anxiety and depression, like, is it very similar? Like, why do we get to that? It's just because the panic of we don't feel we're good enough to be a mom, or what is it, or comes from different places, or in terms of the nature, the symptoms.
Like why does it occur? You're saying?
Occur from because it comes from a self-doubt place, no? Or it's more of a
It's also
hormonal,
It's
chemical.
both, no?
There's so much
Okay.
to it. There's so
Okay.
much. There's a very strong hormonal or chemical component, without a doubt. There's also very much a contextual component. So, like we know, statistically speaking, we know that women who don't have a great support system, women who tried to fall pregnant for years, women who have who had like a very traumatic birth, the chances of developing, especially postnatal depression, are much, much higher.
Also, like people with depression and anxiety
Exactly.
will naturally just be triggered quicker.
A predisposition,
Yeah.
yes, to anxiety and depression. You definitely you have a higher chance then.
I think it's been such like a savior to some people, because some people have gone into meds before they even have their baby, and it's literally like it changes the entire experience for the person.
More positive, you think?
Yeah,
Right, in a good way, for sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable just to be aware of it. And like, I think the biggest thing that I've noticed with people who have had and opened up to me is that they usually think they're fine. They just keep going until they're really just like awful. And they look back and they're like, I don't actually know why I trooped. Like, I don't know why I was trooping through this. Like, I don't know why. And I'm like, it's because you just expected yourself to
It's funny.
react, in a certain way.
I'm okay to share my personal thing. Was people ask me, have you got postpartum depression? I kept saying no, because I'm not depressed. I didn't know it was a thing to have postpartum anxiety. And the minute someone asked me, do you have anxiety? I'm like, yes.
Finally, you asked the right question.
I didn't know it was a thing, so I wasn't like, But I have a personal question to ask. Actually, not personal, but how it works also with depression and anxiety. Does a person, it's both circumstantial,
Yeah.
Thank you. And then
Chemical.
and then chemically
Imbalanced.
You get, is it like the body, the nervous system saying, I can't do this anymore? Is that what's happening?
Yes, so look, I'm no psychiatrist, but so I can just speak from anecdotal experience with myself and my patients.
And that what means?
Anecdote is like from my own personal experience, essentially.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's just the gas heater.
Yeah, sorry, I kicked it.
We always need some real noises. We always get a bunch of hardy-dars in the background.
Oh, well, there we go. That's a lot more calming and soothing than this, though.
Yeah, it's all good.
So, what was I saying? Oh, so I think it's not necessarily the perfect storm of both.
No, they're gradual. No, there's a whole...
What do you mean gradual?
Like I say, like it's a whole neuro thing. As in, like, let's say... It could be like for me, I don't know, also again, personal, you have like a few traumatic or different experiences, and then eventually the brain just can't handle it, and that chemically...
Yes, absolutely. But that's not the only way that it can occur.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. But you can have somebody with zero history, even like trauma, again in inverted commas, because what does that mean? And somebody who's had 4 kids and has been perfectly fine, and on the 5th kid, wiped out.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's yes to what you're saying, but that's not the only pathway.
So then you say, what is the path? Or there's many pathways.
Many pathways. So it can be hormonal,
Okay.
especially if you have your first baby at 24 and your last baby at 38. Hormonally, you're
You're a different person.
Different.
You're a different person.
Exactly.
You've got a few more extra wrinkles.
A few more extra wrinkles, exactly. Couple of extra stresses, you know.
Couple other kids.
Hence the stresses.
Started to dye the hair. Yeah.
That late.
Yeah.
Yes, and then just context. Context is massive.
So meaning, like example?
So example would be, sure, there's so many, but
Do you mean what's happening in your life?
what's happening in your life? What kind of current stresses are there? How much are you as the new mom being nurtured and taken care of?
Right.
Yeah, I think it's support. That's why everyone always talks about support system, because you can have a perfectly healthy lady and baby.
Yep.
And they have no one supporting them. She just falls apart. Because they're like naturally. Like,
of course,
it's normal.
It makes sense.
It's a normal thing.
And do you think today in today's society it's a lot harder as well to have a support system because of the busy lives that we're running?
I definitely think so.
And actually the reach out, because I was thinking if I was 100 years ago, you know, like you have people, you have the time to think. Now we're so busy and we're juggling a lot more.
Yeah.
So I don't think we realise we don't have the time to take a breath.
Yes.
And thinking it.
Absolutely. And I think
so how can we create that?
Well, I think it's not just that though, because I think it's also the community living that is very, very absent now. So if you think 100 years ago, let's say, even 60, 50 years ago, we weren't nearly as isolated. You know that saying, which is so cliche, but it takes a village to raise a child. It really, really
so
does.
true.
And it's not just to raise the child. In order to raise a healthy child, you need a healthy mom. So it takes a village to raise a child, but also to mother mom so that she can be a mother.
Yeah.
So you can't have a mom who's not looked after and who's not mothered and taken care of and nurtured and supported, who can then do that for her own kids.
So you're saying that today we have that more?
We don't have, we're too isolated. We're too isolated.
It's not in the culture anymore. Like
Yeah.
it was much more in the past.
Yes.
And as much as we had different struggles a century ago, we've introduced more problems into our lives that we need to figure out now. Like,
and
Agreed. Absolutely, I agree. Even needing to go back to work so soon, there's a lot of benefits to it, and I'm a huge believer that women should have some sort of something.
just that they're passionate about.
Yes,
it.
that they're passionate about.
Crocheting, it's great.
Something.
No, I'm being it's funny.
Whatever.
Honestly, though,
yes.
Like, someone was telling me they actually crochet, and I was like, ha ha ha. And then, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, okay, if that goes like
once-
That's what does it for you, amazing.
I once went to a clinic, and in it they had these looms, and they just gave looms out to everyone to make hats for their anxiety. It's like a loom. It's a type of way of
like weaving, right?
yes, kind of like that.
I've never heard of that.
So I just started making tons of hats.
Yeah, exactly.
I just started making tons of hats.
Okay, that suits your shades of
Totally. I have so many hats I never wear.
So I want to see them.
Okay.
I want to see them. Okay, so we're talking about hats, weaving. Oh right.
Just having like a passion behind being a mommy.
Yes, but yes, that's what I was saying. Is even the pressure to then go out to work, as much as there's a positive to that,
It also puts enormous pressure.
Enormous pressure to be okay, to be functional 3 months after, because maternity leave is only 3 months. I've got to have all my ducks in a row within 3 months. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Pressure.
Yes.
I've noticed there's this really funny show. It's called Marvelous Mrs. Maisels, and the first episode you basically see she's basically she's in the 40s or the 50s, 1940s or 50s. She's in New York. She's actually Jewish. It's hilarious, but it's such a funny show, and it's about this woman who basically gets a divorce, And back in those days, like,
Unheard of.
yeah, like, she gets a divorce, and now what? She's this woman, and like, literally the biggest problem she had was making sure that her calves were symmetrical
Yes.
to each other, and making sure that she had lost all her baby weight and that she makes an amazing casserole. You know, and that's like her life. And the whole story basically evolves into her becoming a comedian, which is very funny. But like, the whole idea behind it is we're seeing a completely different way of life.
Absolutely.
Where she's focused on completely different things to the modern day woman.
Yes.
And I think, in truth, and I don't know if people would agree with me, but feminism has actually kind of made a bit of a problem for us.
Oh yeah, big problem.
Massive problem. Not even a bit, a massive problem.
Like, men are now paid less and women are paid the same, but we don't necessarily get the jobs that we should be being paid well because we're moms. Like, that's like the practical thing behind it.
Yeah. So, priorities have definitely changed. Circumstances changes. So that's also like depression, anxiety, mental health, like with, I guess, relationships with, let's talk about marriages.
Yes.
So how come you're passionate about like marriages, relationships? You obviously still believe in marriages.
I do, yes, I do.
Just had to specify that because of, today
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Yeah.
Why? That's a good question. I think I just kind of found myself. I don't know if there is. I don't know if there is a concrete origin story to it.
Okay, no, it doesn't have to be that.
I'm trying to think as I'm talking. I don't know if there's like a specific origin story to it, but
is there like maybe a case study or something that you can, like a general story you can share with us? Or is that confidential?
So that would be considered confidential, but I can tell you the things that I started seeing that made me interested in it.
Okay.
And I think I started seeing an overwhelming trend of unrealistic expectations when it comes to marriage. And
Disney.
Disney.
Sorry, I'm just going to blame Disney right
Let's
now.
blame Disney on everything, and if not Disney, social media.
Oh my god.
not Tangled. Frozen. Was it True Love?
Yeah, True Love Spurs. Yeah, just all of Disney, like really. That's Tangled.
Yeah, so it's
like,
not you get down.
Growing up
Prince
watching
Charming
that,
and you kiss the frog.
I really thought you got married and like that was it.
And the problem is that you say that in the past tense.
But we still believe it.
There is a part of us that still believes that if marriage is not that, then there's something wrong with my marriage.
Oof.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's really...
There is still a part of a lot of, I would say the majority of people who believe that if I'm not happy all the time and fulfilled and loving life with this person and,
telling you Cinderella beauty era is not true.
Oh, Tova.
Sorry, Tova.
Oh, no.
I have seen... I think I've told you this before, but I've seen the funniest video of, like, princesses talking about their traumas. And they're like, I just went to a ball and now I'm being chased by a guy with my shoe. Like, that's Cinderella. And it's also, don't sacrifice your voice for legs. Don't sacrifice your voice for a man.
So what is people's expectations, and then how do you bring them to this thing called reality?
Ugh.
So anyone who knows me in like a professional capacity knows that I love Esther Perel.
Cool.
Have you heard of her?
No.
No?
Maybe.
Okay. She is just beyond phenomenal, and anyone who's interested in relationships should look her up.
Bells are ringing in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she wrote like a best-selling book. It's called Mating in Captivity. She's got she's sensational.
Okay.
And a lot of her work really sums up the problem perfectly, which is that it links to what we were just talking about, where historically, because we existed in communities, marriage had a place, as in when we needed to go and vent, we had our friends who we would meet at the park. And when we needed help with the kids, we had our family around us who would help us with the kids. And so when it came to marriage, there was a very defined there was a very defined, there were very defined roles almost when it came to marriage. And what modern relationships look like now, and what the expectation is now, is that
just a million roles.
Exactly, is that he or she is going to be the person who I can rely on, who is dependable but also exciting, and the person who I'm in love with but I'm also infatuated with, and person who I can confide in but will also still have an edge, and the person who...
Is this for the man or the woman, or both?
Both. Absolutely both.
We both have completely unrealistic expectations of each other.
Yes.
And like I even see it now, like just from like I've spoken to some males about this.
Really?
No, I've spoken
yeah.
to, like I'm saying,
Really?
like young guys who are like going into the shit-off system and everything. They have a vision of what they want, and also it's very different in different dating societies. There's so many. But like in one the girl gets everything, in one the boy gets everything. It's just
It's so funny because my brother, he's 20 and he's a real joker, but he was like, so I'm going to marry someone who, well in London it's called Kosher Kingdom, but kosher, when she goes out shopping she better put a shade salon and makeup on. And then he goes, I'm joking. That's my expectations. And then she's going to
well, it's nice he was joking.
Yeah, at least he was joking. It's not a given.
What a sweet guy.
Yeah, but it's crazy how that has given, so not how do we change it, but can we change it?
Like, how do you work with it?
Yeah.
I don't know if like it's coming from, I think the awareness just changes things. Like it's not that we can change it directly.
Yeah, but is it primarily like the male should be the breadwinner and the woman maybe gets a bit more of a modest job? Does that make sense? Or if that works with the family structure, because things are also...
Would it not like just depend
changed.
on everyone's personal circumstance?
Yeah, I do think that male, female, and it's so funny, people look at me and they think I'm an absolute raving feminist, and they get me so wrong, because I'm so not.
Are you not a raving feminist?
Not a modern feminist.
Gee, all these assumptions when I came in.
You said your brother's funny, hey? You really funny.
I'm funny.
You're hilarious.
Just say what? Sorry.
No,
okay,
they have an awesome sense of humor.
You do, it's true.
Thank you. No,
Thomas giggle. Do you ever get set off by
Oh
Thomas
gosh,
giggle?
Yes.
Now that's where my daughter gets it from.
Yes.
She giggles to herself. It's the
And then
funniest.
you do that too.
I giggle and she giggles and then we giggle.
No, Thomas giggle sets me off. I'm done once she giggles.
I love that.
So what were you saying?
I was saying
So
traditional male-female roles. There is something exceptionally powerful, and I think we've lost a lot because male-female roles are no longer nearly as defined as they used to be. Yeah. So even if we think of just fundamental needs that a woman has and that a man has, a man needs to be respected. It's a fundamental need. A woman needs to be nurtured, and so often that's not the case, because we've now got women who are entering the workforce, women who are co-breadwinners, which it has to be in our current, definitely in South Africa, we need two incomes in order to survive.
I think around the world.
I do think around the world.
Well, I mean,
I can
feminism is everywhere now.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not an option anymore
Yeah.
for most people.
To just sit around, sadly.
Right. So there's often then that natural respect of like, my husband is the breadwinner, he looks after me, that's often eroded because that's been taken away. We're now co-breadwinners.
Right.
Also, you're disrespected. It's such an interesting thing. Like for the women who that the husbands can afford for their wives to just be moms at home, for some strange reason they're looked down upon.
Yes. I do agree, and it's such a pity. It's so unfair.
No, it breaks my heart that someone else, when she was on one of these coaching groups, and the one day she introduced herself and she was very shy. She's like, I'm just a housewife, and I'm looking at her.
Not just a
I wish
housewife.
I was just a housewife.
100%.
Well, not exactly. That's my thing, though. So what you were saying, very interesting, is that like I'm also, I love work and I'm passionate, but at the same time I also want to be there for my husband to say, I don't know what's coming to my head, but here's the potato cooker, like here's
here's the casserole.
Here's the casserole.
Here's your coffee, my love.
How does one do that?
Yeah, there's such an expectation for that.
Yes, I think that's where we kind of, I think society has gone wrong, is that we went from one extreme and we've just gone to the opposite extreme now. And I think the pendulum has to swing back to the middle, where we're okay, women are okay with the fact that we are women, we are not men, which means we naturally have a more nurturing side. We don't want to be 100% in the workforce.
We're physically completely different.
Right.
Do you think we can accept that? Do you think the men will respect that?
Yes, I do.
I think they would prefer it.
Yes.
They've been so disrespected by feminism. Like,
100%.
it's so sad, because how much do you see this is what I see on social media constantly. They always say the man has done like 1% of the job having a child, as an example. And there's this one really cool girl who she said, I'm carrying our baby, but he's carrying us.
Yes.
And I was, and like
It's
that moment,
beautiful.
I'm just like, wow, someone actually respecting their spouse.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
that's beautiful. It's become like expected of us to actually just speak negatively about our spouse, and it's the most important relationship you have.
Yeah.
You know, and they always like. I just
It's one of my great pet peeves.
Same.
One of my great pet peeves is being disparaging and judgmental and just ugly about men. I found it so.
What do you mean, like judging men?
So many people have spoken negatively just because a man is different to a woman.
Yeah. Like men are useless and men are.
Just because they're different, not
Yeah,
actually.
because they're not women.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Well, that is
You're
why.
going to set me off.
No, because it's so funny, because it's amazing how we naturally, when something's different, it's like yuck.
Exactly.
And
That's such a shame.
we should change that, because actually it's just different.
And
we've
also-
got to respect that, and that's also something in society.
Also, the
that's-
judgment on people who have night nurses and people who have help during the day. Like, why does there have to be a judgment?
I've had a night nurse. I can't afford it, but I still.
It's literally it's such a thing that's it's really needed.
The point of the story is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really needed. It's very important. And
Sorry.
yeah.
There was I was listening to a podcast. This is one of my favorite quotes that I've ever come across. I was listening to a podcast, and I can't remember who it was, but she was saying, women have got to stop treating men like malfunctioning women.
Yeah, I mean,
which is so true.
That's true.
It's so true. Like, my husband has no capacity for empathy and emotion, and he doesn't want to sit and have these DMCs. Yes, because he's a man. He's not a woman. So stop treating men like malfunctioning women. We're different, right? And
have you watched the YouTube with Rabbi Y. Jacobson on the Kabbalistic difference between men and women?
No.
And women are spaghetti and men are waffles.
oh yes, I love it. It's my favorite thing. No, I saw it. My mom showed this to me.
Please send it to
It
me.
is
I think you should put it on every single
funny.
talk before, or when you start your marriage, when you've got this couple in the room, you just put it on, and it's just a great.
Well, you send
Let
it.
me explain it a little bit
Yes.
to you. So the whole idea is a man is compared to a waffle. And you imagine, like when you sit down to have
a
a
man's compared to a.
waffle.
Do you have to say it with an American accent?
No.
Waffle.
I don't know how I'm saying
No,
it.
joking.
Waffle.
Yeah.
So you're compared to a waffle, and so you have you're sitting there, you're gonna have your waffle, right? And you start playing with the syrup, right? You have these the syrup is perfectly lining up inside the squares, and it's amazing. So a woman is sitting on the couch, and her husband comes home, and he sits down. He's like, "Hi, honey, how was your day?" "Oh, does she start?" He sits there and he's like, "Cool, let's begin." She starts telling him about her friend and her experience she had with her friend. And then he's like, "Cool, let me just open that cupboard." Okay, friend cupboard is open. And he's listening, and he's proper, just so in it. And then she somehow gets onto the topic of what she's having for supper. And he's like, "Okay, let me just close that one, and then let me open the one on supper." Cool. So he just continues to carry on doing this, and eventually he has just a bunch of drawers open, and he's like, "What am I doing?" And he does the worst thing imaginable. He falls asleep.
It's the best thing. Because otherwise
It's just...
Otherwise he's going to commit suicide.
Yes. The best thing he could do is fall asleep in that moment. And what does she think? he doesn't care about me, he doesn't love me.
Yep.
And it's because we're spaghetti, we're just all over the place.
Yeah.
We're just thinking one thing, the next. I mean, it's very obvious from this conversation, we really are like talking about a million different things, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. So I got a few questions coming to my head, is that like, because obviously then men, how do they express their emotions? Are they meant to express their emotions?
For sure.
And how does that come into the marriage?
For sure. Men absolutely can and do and want to express their emotions. It just looks different to how women do. So firstly, look, we really are generalizing here, and maybe that should be the disclaimer, is that
generalization.
Yeah, massive generalization, and
every man is different.
Yeah, and every woman is different. But men by nature are doers. They don't want to sit and talk about their feelings for hours on end. It just doesn't do it for them. Men are generally very solution oriented.
Fixers.
Right, they're fixers. Men are very physical. So a lot of men would rather go and play a round of paddle and smash the heck out of that ball than sit and talk about their feelings for 2 hours.
I love that.
Right?
Well,
Doesn't that sound awesome?
We do have some male aspects to us, like we really do.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't mean that men then don't want to come and share with their partner. It's just that the way they do it is completely different, right? Men tend to not spill over in the way that women do. It's much more like, let me fill you in, let me tell you where I'm at, and then we're good.
Right.
We're done.
Right.
So I think it's the feminization of masculinity that's the problem. It's the expectation that we expect men to be
us.
Jeez, all these new words, eh?
Need a dictionary.
In those days, it was so simple. A man was a man. A woman
Exactly.
was a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it was ever simple.
It wasn't, because otherwise there wouldn't have been a movement to change it.
Yes, exactly. Like obviously modern technology has changed things for us, but I mean, I think all this stuff did exist before. It's just we have handled it very differently, and our population has grown enormously since like a century ago.
So I've got an interesting, with everything we've spoken about, I've got an interesting question, and it's a question like, so imagine, let's say I was somebody in the community, I haven't got a support system, going through something, could be possibly mental health, but again, mental health has a stigma. How do I then approach my friend who might be okay with me saying whatever I need to say in an appropriate way, in an appropriate setting? So like I was telling O'Reilly actually earlier, is like when you share your story, you're obviously not going to share your story with somebody, or it's not in an appropriate setting.
Yes.
But how do we say what we're going through something, or sharing, actually say like, this is the story I'm telling myself, but actually I'd love to share because I would love to help you out with your kid's lift, but I'm actually going through this myself. Like, how do we get to that courage? How do we have those real, authentic conversations? Like, do you have any conversation starters or advice? Sorry, I am throwing this on you, but is there any sort of, I guess, tools or how do we bring it up with our friends? Because the minute one of us gets real, it's scary, but then people love it, and then they want to open up themselves. Yeah. So how do we get there?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a loaded question.
No, not at all. No, I think it's a really important question.
Sure.
So I think there's a few things to it. Number one is not every friend can be that for us, and that doesn't make them a bad friend. Right, but I really do believe that different friends play different roles and have different functions, but not in a bad way, right? They have different functions in them. Exactly. Okay. So number one is you've got to know your audience. Right. So we all know the people in our lives who have capacity for more. So like, who are better equipped to deal with depth and struggle and pain and all of that. Even if you haven't tapped into it, we can just kind of see who are the ones who I'm going to have the most potential for success with them.
Right.
So that's the first thing, is don't expect the same thing from everybody, because some people can't do that, and then you're just setting both of you up.
Yeah.
So first off, it's know your crowd, know your audience. Secondly, I love the fact that you said courage, because that's exactly what I was going to say. That's Brené Brown's whole thing, right, about vulnerability.
Yeah.
And
she's
sensational.
She is.
Right?
I didn't know you also read.
I'm sure she's read everything. Ooh, something psychology-wise.
Oh wow.
Go to your husband, look at this new book I got.
Yeah, literally. So that's really the foundation of everything she talks about, is how do we create courage. And courage is not, and bravery is not about I'm not scared. Bravery is saying I am scared and I am intimidated, but I'm going to do it anyway, and know that I'm robust enough to be able to handle it if it doesn't go so well.
And the repercussions.
Right. So my answer to that is exactly what you said. It is courage. It is having the courage to be okay with your own vulnerability. So it's saying to the friend that you know has capacity. That's the key. Is don't set yourself up, right? So saying to the friend who you have a feeling has capacity, saying like, this is actually really hard, and being okay with that. Wow. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think there are any specific conversation starters or tips and tricks. It's just us all dropping the pretense and saying, just because I struggle doesn't mean that I'm not still who I am. Like that's what makes me who I am. That's what makes me human. And we can connect on that level.
Yes.
And 9 times out of 10, when you pick the right person, it goes so well. It goes so well, and it's like this shared experience of, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. This person can be so real.
Right.
And we can connect in such an authentic way.
Wow, that feels beautifully
said.
said.
That's beautiful.
Thank you for sharing. So, how do we encourage people to be more like that? Like, actually, like, put yourself out there, because by keeping it in and manifesting, it can do more damage. So how can we encourage those women out there who do feel alone?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're saying is, by choosing your crowd, you're being realistic of expecting a certain thing from a person, basically. So if someone, God forbid, is going through something difficult and has told you that, you need to be basically forgiving of that space and understand that this is not the moment that I'm going to share with you, because you're not that person right now. So I don't know, like the idea behind changing a society or changing anything is, from my perspective, it's just doing the best you can, and people will see it.
Yes, but I'm going to go back to what you said just before that, which is that when somebody shares with you, yes, you don't want to hijack the space. You know, so somebody says to you, I'm feeling so down and depressed. It's not like, let me tell you how down and depressed I am.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't want to hijack the space.
Yes.
But a resonance of, firstly, just like, I don't know, thank you for telling me, what can I do, how can I be there, but also it's really hard. And I don't think we admit how hard marriage is, being single is, raising kids is. Like, what do you find so hard? Making it into a conversation, being curious about each other.
Yeah, I always talk about like specific stages, and every single one of them is hard.
It is, of course.
Just with different problems.
So I feel like it's something also I've learned recently. It's like, when someone does tell you a problem, it's like not to jump and then give advice.
Yes.
So it's called frapping. And then F is for fixing, R is rescuing, A is advice, and P is projecting.
Okay.
So rather just like try to empathize. And it's so hard not to frap someone. Sometimes I love the frap when it comes to parenting. I'm always welcome with that. But to actually just, as you said, like, talk, bring the conversation through empathy, being curious, because I think today's world, we're so quick to like, well, I've been through that, I know it all, and actually no, you don't know how they've experienced that circumstance.
Exactly.
My biggest saying is, the more you know, the less you know.
100%.
Because the more you realize, the more you're like, wow, I have a long way to go.
Absolutely. And I think if we can approach relationships in general with more curiosity, this is what I encourage couples to do all the time, day in and day out. I'm preaching, be curious, because we assume we know and we make assumptions based off of that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just being curious. What does that mean? What does it feel like? What triggered it? Like, what does it look like? Just being curious, trying to understand the person.
Also,
And that's exactly what it is when somebody comes to us and says, I'm not in a good space, or this was so hard. Not jumping to, let me resonate straight away, and not jumping to, let me tell you how to fix it, but just, that's really rough. What's going on? When did it start? How are you feeling? Like, right, just curiosity with resonance.
That's such a beautiful kind of outlook. Being curious about your partner, being curious about other people. It's that does bring back the fairy tale aspect.
Exactly.
You know, it brings back, like, maybe that's all it is. It's just a story of falling in love over and over and over again. No, like happily ever after. It's just.
And you walk up into the castle and...
You go into the castle and then you have to fall in love again.
The little birds are tweeting.
And it ends with that heart, doesn't it always?
Yeah,
heart?
they're like the birds carrying it or something.
That's what I want, you know.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Today you can train animals to do anything. I'll do that for my husband's 10th anniversary.
Before we end, I actually have a big one. Because we only have just because we did want to just touch on all the different aspects. People with depression these days, it's very common. Are you seeing it more and more often? That there are a lot of people coming and saying, I'm just so down.
I think both depression and anxiety, actually. I would say, because I deal primarily, I see a lot of men, but I would say my practice is primarily like 65-70% women.
Yeah.
So I'm in touch more with anxiety and overwhelm.
Yes.
Because I found that that's more what women struggle with these days, as opposed to, of course, depression also. But yes, it's without a doubt, both of them, depression and anxiety, are without a doubt on the rise, for sure.
And just a thing that Tova was talking about a lot, that I would love our listeners to just be more aware of, and just, for them to actually have this education, is being able to tell the difference between, are they circumstantially feeling really down, or is there something chemically happening, so that they can actually seek the help that they need. Do you know any differences or big differences that you see between the two?
So usually when it's more circumstantial, you'll find that people have like a bit of a break from it.
Okay.
So they'll have moments where, not just moments, but like they'll have times where they feel like themselves again.
Okay.
They feel like they can see the light again.
Fine.
What I find with depression is that there's an overall cloud, and it's very difficult to lift that cloud. And even when good things happen, it's like, logically I know this is good, but I don't feel it. Logically I know that I should be okay, but it's not there.
Because I heard once from someone, or a few times, from people that emotions usually take like 90 seconds. So you actually feel it, like it comes up, you feel it, and then it goes down. But when you're in a mental health state, does that state change? Do you understand?
I've never heard that before, the 90 seconds thing.
Or like it's
I've also never heard of
your
it.
actual emotions like a short.
Do you mean the initial reaction?
Or your initial emotional response. I don't know, maybe it's a theory going around that isn't true. I don't know.
I've never heard
But I mean,
that.
the whole thing behind depression is literally people say, just wait. You're sitting in this right now. Just give it, like, honestly, like, I don't know, go to bed and wake up tomorrow. Just see if there's a difference. Like, maybe that's what they're talking about. The initial feeling versus over time.
No, so I'm saying like a depression, anxiety, it's more of a longer...
Yes.
That's not
Sorry.
Yes.
But that's another question for something else.
But yes, depression and anxiety is much more... there's a word. It's almost like it's much more long-standing. It's not fleeting, like just an emotion.
That's how one can pick up that, hey, actually,
It is fascinating for someone to experience anxiety for the first time.
Yes.
Because, like, I've watched people who are not generally anxious, and then all of a sudden they're anxious about nothing. And like, what do you mean, anxious about nothing? And I'm like, that's my life.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because I can see also, I'll say after, because I do feel like I've definitely come over a level of anxiety I could see the difference between anxiety and overwhelmness. Like
Yes.
before, I could never differentiate
Yes.
between.
Yes. Oh,
And
they're
now I can say,
quite
actually, I'm
close.
feeling overwhelmed. The stop sign comes in, and I'm like, let's breathe now. Which direction am I going to take?
There we go.
It's a very different. Yeah, but before I actually couldn't relate to it. I'll be honest. I really couldn't relate to like I had anxiety if I left something in the oven and almost burnt down the house. But it's a very different anxiety.
Yeah, that's panic.
That's
It's like, please don't burn down the
that's
house.
circumstantial. We actually have fire things now in the house. What are they called? The red things.
Yes,
Really
oh,
cool.
amazing.
Extinguisher.
Yes,
Oh, that's
my husband
brilliant.
bought a few and
Thank
I'm like,
Baruch
do you know
Hashem.
how it works? I'm like, no.
Gonna have to teach you, Cover.
But on that note,
I wanted to,
Yeah.
sorry,
Do you
last
want
thing,
to go
and then
first?
we're going to finish. Because I was talking about circumstantial and chemical, does it happen? And I just want to see if it does happen. Does circumstantial depression sometimes sadly morph into chemical depression?
So it can.
Okay.
It can. If it's very,
Bad.
if it's chronic, and if it's, yes, it definitely can.
When you say chronic?
Chronic, as in if it's lasting for a long time.
Fine.
So we
Like
know that
yours.
our brains are not static. Our brains are constantly changing,
Yeah.
right? It's called neuroplasticity, where our brains are constantly kind of forming new pathways.
Okay.
And if we have a pathway that is just being reinforced again and again and again and again, the chances are that pathway does form. It
Wow.
forms long term. So we know that.
It's like the habit.
Right, it's like a habit.
The depression
but-
becomes the habit now.
Exactly, but
I always wondered that. Thank you. Yeah.
And is it possible to do the opposite?
what do you mean?
To become chemically not depressed? And this is, I'm sure it's a study that's
Well,
probably
this
going
is the
on.
$1 million question,
Right.
And you will have people who say yes, undoubtedly,
Okay.
and you will have people who say no.
Right.
I think, is it possible? Maybe person dependent.
Fine.
Maybe also depends how in isolation they can be. So when you have somebody who is not surrounded by any stresses, who doesn't have to worry about money, who
Oh,
doesn't have
gosh.
to worry about time, who can focus 100% on themselves and feeling good, potentially, yeah.
So
But
it's not so realistic.
I'm not sure how realistic it is.
Okay.
But look,
Yeah.
disclaimer here is I'm not saying that that's the case. Somebody
No,
who's
no.
had like a 6-month depression, for sure, that's a once-off 6-month
Yeah.
depression absolutely doesn't mean that they can't overcome that. I'm talking more like the repeated,
Well, lifelong.
lifelong history.
I mean, I know a family member of mine was on antidepressant pills for 10 years, and then through different therapies, they're doing wonderful.
Yeah.
And they're off medication, and no one saw that coming. But, it's
But maybe
very-
that's the question of were they ever depressed versus getting better from depression.
Or what was the trigger?
Okay.
What was the trigger that caused them to be depressed for all
Wow,
those
that's
years?
amazing.
And it depends. But funny enough, talking about money, you can have all the money in the world, and then you don't have anything to do with your day, and then you
Exactly.
fall off the
Exactly.
Rails.
Which careful
yeah.
I say, because my mother's husband's friend.
Yeah, like my dog's cats,
He
you
was
know.
such a lovely man. We all loved him, and then also he had all the money in the world, and just age of 36 retired. Well, I didn't know him then, but and he just like fell into depression
Oh,
for
shame.
many years. And
Well,
then
it's-
just fell off
For
path.
sure. It's one of the things, I mean, we didn't get to a lot about depression, but it is one of the basic things that we look at is what's giving you meaning and purpose in your life.
Mm.
Because generally if we have no meaning, no purpose, no direction, nothing that's filling us up,
And
then
blech.
it's literally, it's the perfect recipe for depression.
Right.
Mm.
Wow.
So yeah,
We've touched
Yeah.
on so many topics, and I've learnt a lot. So
No,
wow.
I'm blown away. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
it's definitely worth all the begging.
see you again in 2 years.
2 years time, guys.
Cheers.
Count down the days. Before we end off, we'd love to say one thing that we're grateful for. Tova, would you like to start or want me to start today?
No, I'm happy with either. But I don't know, my heart's just like pumping with love right now. A heart full of love. Just thank you so much. I think thank you. You are very wise.
Thank you.
So I'm just so grateful for spending the morning or afternoon with a very wise and amazing and special psychologist.
Thank you.
And thank you to my co-host for persevering, and
you too.
and we got her. We did it. We're going to celebrate that we did it.
Champagne, guys.
So just,
We're gonna have to book her in for like celebration time.
Yeah. No, I was just sorry, getting real, but like just thank you, because those topics are beyond important. We don't talk about it enough. So just thank you very much for that time. It was
And
golden.
for the professionalism.
Really golden.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Pleasure.
Okay,
Pleasure.
it's my turn. I'm also feeling a lot of love. It's been a very like loving conversation and full of, it's been amazing.
Birds with the heart.
Yeah, exactly. The birds with the heart. They're floating right now. First of all, I would love to say a big thank you to Yael. Thank you for agreeing to be with us today. And also I'm very grateful because no one really knows this, but Yael is my psychologist, so that's how we know stuff about each other. I know hardly anything about you, but you know everything about me. She knows everything about me, and I'm very, very grateful for this space. And I really do recommend to everyone who is going through a difficult time to reach out to a professional, because you have changed my life, and I'm so grateful for that. So thank you so much. And I'm also just so appreciative to Tova, because she's always a space of comfort and growth, like truly. And it's just been a very, we've just touched on so many things, and I've learned so much. And to be in this space again in a different setting it's amazing. So thank you so much for the privilege and honor to both of you.
Sure, it was beautiful. Thank you. Well done, thank you.
Me?
Yeah,
Me. Well, firstly, this is not what I'll choose as what I'm grateful for, but really shkoyach to you too, because it's so important. It really touches, what you're doing touches on why I started Shall Have It. It's what I was saying, where you're taking information that we all need, and you're making it accessible and available in a forum that people can access it and relate to it, and there's such a need for it. So really shkoyach to you too. It's amazing.
Thank you.
What am I grateful for? Sure, there's a lot. I think what I'll pick for now is, when you asked me what made me want to become a therapist, and my answer to you was being able to make a difference.
Yeah.
I'll sometimes just have moments in my life where I'm like, oh wow, I'm really living that out. And because otherwise it's just my day, I just go about doing my day. And I think even just sitting here and having such an awesome conversation and realizing that
I'm walking proof. Just saying. Every time you see me, you can just remind yourself, she's a bit better than when she came the first time.
Knocked a few marbles in.
Yeah, put a few screws in,
I'll take it. Great. But yeah, I think just being having the opportunity, whether I make a difference or not, but having the opportunity to be able to make a difference just brings me, honestly, endless gratitude.
That's amazing.
So,
and you're doing Hashem's work. Like, it's so obvious how many people have been touched, and this is why we so badly wanted you on here. You probably know like so many individual people, and I think like I'm a very big fan of introverts. I married an introvert, so like I find them so fascinating, because they literally like put their fingerprint on people, and they don't want anything. Like, they really don't. Like, it's just...
Yeah, what you remind me of, is Glinda, the fairy from The Wizard of Oz. She has, like, this really cool magic wand, and then she puts magic fairy dust. So that's what I believe you do.
That.
You, like, put, like,
magic
fairy dust. And,
that's awesome.
And it's really touching fairy dust as well. So,
well, thank you, Glinda.
Miriam Glinda.
I know Miriam.
No, only because of your bank account.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Shall have it. That's,
That's so funny.
Because I have to concentrate with being dyslexic, like what account I'm paying two things.
Yes.
You're just Rachel, hey?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just Tava. But
we're Kaylee and Tava.
Yeah, too much. I couldn't cope with more. I'm glad my name was short, especially being dyslexic. You see, Hashem gives us all.
Yes,
there we go.
She's got a short name. You've got.
You know what? You're just to show that dyslexia doesn't define you at all.
No, rocks and rolls with me.
It just makes you cooler, hey?
So, thank you so much. Thank you again to our audience.
Thank you for listening, everyone.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to get in touch with Yael,
do you want to give them a number?
Or email
address? Yeah, it's Yael O'Reilly, YAELOREILLY @gmail.com.
Cool.
Amazing.
Lots of L's.
Just spam her up.
There we go.
Yeah, we love you.
Thank you so much.
You so much. Thank you to everyone. And wherever you are, we hope that you're having an awesome day. Bye.